we love to hear people call in with their own opinions because these are opinions you don't really get to hear all the time.
And after 3 years of lies and smears and slander, the Russia hoax is finally dead.
I'll get back to you when it's over. What's up? What's up? Are we 5-5? Please tell me we are. I have not done this in weeks, and I'm hoping everything works out just fine. Can I get a 5-5? We have not done this in a minute. Elizabeth, thank you for the subscription. I greatly appreciate that. Good, good. REDPILL78 will be joining us here in about 10 minutes. I hope everyone's having a wonderful evening. I know we do not do this enough, which what I wanted to tell you guys is that I wanted to do this once a week. I haven't designated a day yet, but that's what I want to do. I want to designate one day that we do 1 hour of live call-in shows. And then if you saw earlier, I went live, just a walk and talk. I think that's what I'm going to call it, the walk and talk. And I think it's cool. Basically, I walk around the block. I go on just kind of some strolls through some trails with a selfie stick and a phone. And I answer questions. And I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. So I want to say hello to everybody. All the mods. Thank you. Quinte, Shannon, Matty Ice. So many. Shannon, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Sunny Skies, Mikey Johnson. What's up, man? Russell Grant. Digger Dan, what's up, dude? Slim Frank, hello, my friend. Good to have you aboard. Ava Ann, no, I did not get my button. They haven't even sent me a notification to get it. They don't like Patriots. We know this. I probably won't ever get it, but whatever. That's what it's about. But it's really good to be doing this. Ryder 1984 says, Thomas, what is the end result of the Trump presidency, in your opinion? I believe that the end result is a dynasty. I think it's going to be a dynasty of his children. I think that that's what we're looking at. So I'm fairly certain that that's what's going to happen. It's a dynasty. It's royalty. Not royalty, but it's like kings and queens. You know, you have the kings, a good king come in, taking out the house of a bad king, an evil king. That's what we have, right? We had the Clintons, they had the Bushes. These are dynasties, right? The Clintons haven't gone anywhere. They're still quite relevant, and I guarantee you they do pull strings, not with anything to do with Trump, but they do pull strings for the deep state. And we're seeing the eradication of that evilness, of that dark dynasty. I think that that's pretty, I think that's what it is. I think that that's what we're seeing. Guys, as you can see, there's a good group in here. I'm totally digging that. We have not done this in a minute. And it's really, it's fresh. I may be a little rusty doing this, but that's okay. I'm just glad everything is 5-5. Just waiting on Red Pill before I turn on the phone. Sunny Skies, thank you for that super chat. You can always donate to the channel and keep it afloat. I always say that in every podcast. You can go to the PayPal, Patreon links and donate there, or you can donate in the super chat, which you just go down to the bottom and click the money sign. That's all you have to do. I think tonight's going to be a very interesting show. I have some stuff to talk about with Red Pill. I speak with Red Pill a lot. I consider him a patriot, as he does me, I'm sure. And you know, I just think that there's a lot of people you can't trust, but he is one of those you can trust. And I know that that feeling is reciprocal. So it's always good to have someone in your corner, and that's vice versa too. Lisa, hello. Welcome. Sony Skies, thank you for that donation. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, guys. So did you all see the video I put out earlier today? It was about the Trump's hair and comb your hair, fix your hair. That was I think I put together a pretty good video with that. I think that it may tie in. I think that, well, I do know that Thursday is the 75th anniversary of D-Day, D-Class, right? Could be so. Either way, this is going to be an insane week. We are in store for a lot of surprises, to say the least. And no, I don't mind staying on top of the news for you guys and bringing you what I consider important information, right? I do this a good bit. Yeah, I think it's the D code. I think it's the D class, FISA, and then that's it. There's no damming that up. You're not going to dam up information coming at that. You're going to see big names pushed out into the mainstream. You're going to see a lot of normies thinking to themselves, what the hell? Like, was I completely duped? Matty Ice, thank you for that super chat, my friend. Greatly appreciate it, man. It's good to see a familiar face too, man. But yeah, I think Ralph, thank you for that super chat. Big time. I greatly appreciate it. Every little bit helps, I can promise you that. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, I was talking about the D class, that this is going to bring big names down. This is what's going to happen. It's inevitable. We're on a timeline where we're watching it unfold. Is it a little it does hold itself back sometimes. They're holding it back with moves and counter moves, and that's what happens, but Patriots are in full control. I think the only thing that the darkness can throw at us is FFs. I think that's it. I don't think that they have anything else. I think they're dying out. They're all sick. In the Fed, in the wars. Ringo Starr, I totally agree with that. But again, I think that a lot of stuff is about to happen, guys, and I think we're about to witness history in the making, for sure. I'm very excited about it. Christine, thank you. 2 more days. That's right, 2 more days. So, Todd Stockford says it's all going to happen simultaneously. I don't know about that. I think that there's a plan to this. You do it step by step, because too much at one time can just definitely it can cause an uproar. It could cause riots, to be honest. Chris Kringle, you were making a huge difference, Thomas. We all appreciate you, man. Chris Kringle, thank you, my friend. I greatly appreciate that. A lot of good information coming from this channel. A lot of good videos are out there. Sometimes it may look like it's a little reaching, but it's not. I think when you really dive into the information, you research it, there's a lot of markers. I think that the whole, fix your hair with Trump, and it's national news. That was national news that his hairstyle was changed. That's not a coincidence. That is a marker. And with what those Q posts said, we're on a timeline, guys. We're on the right timeline to see arrests. We're on the correct timeline to see a change in America, a new era, a new age of enlightenment, right? That was also in that one of those posts of the alliance. X22 report says it will trickle out bit by bit. I believe so. There's definitely strategy to it. This isn't just going to be a gung-ho fest. You know, I think it's going to be bit by bit. I think it's going to be very drawn out and painful for the deep state. Would you agree with that? I did. Crew Chief 2 says, Thomas, did you see Nader got arrested? That's a good start. People are getting arrested. I guarantee you that if Hillary Clinton or anyone else, and we see this all the time, if anyone else was in office, this would not be happening. You wouldn't see Epstein on trial. You wouldn't see NXIVM on trial. You wouldn't see the arrest of Claire Bronfman. I mean, that was a multi-billionaire woman, you know, the heiress to Seagram's, the liquor dispensary, the company. These people are getting arrested, right? You would never have seen this before. You're seeing people get sick. The light is thriving and the darkness is crumbling, in my personal opinion. So I'm going to check and see about Red Pill real quick, see if he's gonna call. It is 9:15. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry.
Call from
Robert.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
So we're just waiting on Red Pill. Once Red Pill calls, then I'll open the lines to everybody else, okay? So we're just waiting on him to call in. And then we will go from there. He is on the road, yes. John, I believe he is on the road. Red Pill is in traffic. What's going on? Okay. Okay, that's fine. How did you guys know that? Yeah, so he'll be on very, very shortly. How did you guys know that he was in traffic? Oh, he said so a second ago. Oh, he said it in the chat? Is that what you're saying? So I guess I could bring up something. Did you guys see Sarah Huckabee Sanders? This might be kind of the out of the loop for some of you, but did you see Sarah Huckabee Sanders' father playing with head of corn?
Call from
Quinty.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, Quinte, how are you?
Hey, good evening.
Good
I
evening.
just wanted to make a quick hello call and congrats for being back on live.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to do this once a week. I haven't designated the day, but, I'm glad everything's, clear. I can hear you fine. I hope you can hear me fine too.
Yes, very good. Any thoughts on Trump's speech with Theresa May at the UK? I know the lady that does the body language did a kind of a recap on that. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, okay. I have not seen that. I didn't see that. So
Okay.
if you want to send it to me on Twitter, I'll definitely look at it.
Definitely. I think everybody should watch that speech, because one thing I noticed for sure that I'm so proud of is that our president is such a gentleman, and how he complimented Theresa May, and he always does that, and he never shines on the negative aspects of that person.
Right. Well,
even when he's, things are going down.
I totally agree. I think he is a gentleman. I totally agree with that. And I mean, so I know she stepped down, and Quinte, she's full blown, deep state, right? Yeah. So I mean, I guess he was showing she's bowing out, and
gracious.
Yes.
He's gracious.
Yes. They've lost control. They thought that they could get around him. I don't think they know how powerful he is now. I think the Queen knows it. I think Theresa May knows it. I think Merkel knows it. I think that Macron knows it. They know it now, and they're all going to fall out. I mean, they already have. They're losing elections left and right.
He basically stated in that speech he gave, which was excellent, but it's kind of funny how he uses body language and talks to us, because it's almost as if you could see him dismissing her, but at the same time being very polite, and she is looking to him for approval for some reason, but there's been some kind of deal cut there. And I listen to different people, and there's been some things that have been said that maybe the royals were under a little duress, and that they have to be more amicable to our president. And I don't think that means nice. I think that means respect. Yeah.
Well, I think it's respect. I think it's they're bowing out, and they're over with. But Quinte, I gotta answer Red Pill. He's calling, so.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, good to talk to you, and send me the video. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I will. It's a very short one. Good job. Thank you.
We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Okay, guys. So just let's give it a second. We're gonna wait for Red Pill to come on. I do not know the number he's calling from. I know it's a Google number, so waiting to hear from him. Are you guys having a good night? I hope you are. But what's a good day? Like, put up a good day. I think we'll do it from 8 to 9. That's what we usually do. But what's the best day for everybody to do a call-in show once a week? Best day of the week, Monday through Sunday. We could take a vote, just to see what works best for everybody. I know we'll probably get a bunch of different dates in there, but would it be better on the weekend? Would it be better on the weekday? That's what I want to know. Yes, his name was Seth Rich says, always a good night spent with Patriots. I totally agree. Yeah, definitely. Quinte's great. Definitely follow her on Twitter at Lavender Lives. I'm seeing more.
Call from
REDPILL78.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey man, can you hear me?
Yes, Thomas, I can hear you. How do I sound?
Oh, you sound perfect, man. Sound great.
Crispy.
How are you
Beautiful.
tonight, man?
Dude, I'm awesome. I do apologize. I got stuck behind a train, and I was trying not to text and drive, but once I started, I couldn't stop.
Oh, dude, I understand. Everyone's like, yeah, he's late in traffic, and I'm like, how do you know that? Like, how do you know that? So I looked down at my phone. You're like, yeah, I'm in traffic. I'm like, how did they know before me? But it's fine.
Well, at first I was like, oh man, I'm like, what if he's got his phone on silent because he's on the show already? So I was like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it in the chat, and then everybody will tell him.
Yeah. So I looked up and saw it, and I was like, that's awesome. So, how's your night, my friend? Are you doing good today?
Yeah, my night is great. I've had a really nice day. Today is a gorgeous day outside. The sun was shining. It was just a perfect temperature, low humidity. You gotta love it. It's always great when you get to the warm summer months.
Absolutely, man. So I wanted to talk a couple things on a couple topics. I don't know if you saw the video I put out about the fix your hair, the post with Trump going
did.
to. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
What do you think about all this? Do you think that was a marker? This is one of the main things I wanted to talk to you about because I kind of feel like I'm out in the open with this, and it looks like reaching, but I don't think it's reaching. I think it was a marker.
I think the way you put it together, it was sound as far as I was concerned. Like, hats off to you, big props. I thought that was an excellent video. You did great research, and the way that you connected everything was, impeccable. So I don't think you were reaching at all. I think you were dead on.
So do you think that Q post when Trump goes to the church? Obviously, I'm kind of confused. Why? I know he was going there because of the shooting, and he was paying respects to the people, but they prayed for Trump. Any reason why that took place? He just needed to stop by and get prayed for, correct? Or
I mean, I think that anytime, or oftentimes rather, when there is an event that takes place such as that, you see heads of state or, presidents, prime ministers, whatever it is, they show up and they pay their respects, and they just make sure that people know that, they're thinking about them. And, I mean, it's polite, it's respectful. So I think that it was necessary. But, I mean, I think that it was also an opportunity for Trump, to put that out there. I mean, as soon as I saw him, somebody just said, show your face again. As soon as he went on stage with his hair like that, I knew that it was something, because I've never seen him in all the years of people taking pictures of Donald Trump, as a private citizen or as the president. He's never had a haircut that was any different than what he has currently. So that I was like, this has got to mean something. What's going on?
but his hair is iconic.
And then
it's iconic.
Yeah. And then when I saw you put it together, I was like, wow, it clicked for me. I was in headlong. I totally bought it. And, I think that, I just think it was so great. I mean, it's one of those videos that you see and you're like, dang it, why didn't I see it? Some great work.
Yeah. Thanks, dude. I just really believe that, I mean, we're talking, it made national news. Again, his hair is iconic. I feel kind of strange just talking about his hair, but it's so like it stood out to everybody. Everyone,
it's a symbol.
I swear to God, dude, I didn't. One of the mods sent it to me. They sent me a picture before this broke. Are you there? We lost him. Maybe he'll call back. Yeah, definitely call back. But what I was going to say is that the first time I saw the picture of Trump, it didn't even look like him. I didn't even I thought it was a body double, to be 100% honest. That's what I feel. I feel that it was, I didn't even recognize him. Did you guys recognize him? Let's wait for him to call back. I don't know what just happened. Yeah, he lost. Well, it's okay. Barron is his spitting image. Yes, absolutely. Beverly said he was baptized.
Call from.
REDPILL78.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Are you there?
I am.
Okay, I don't know. It just cut off. Strange.
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't hear you, and I don't think you could hear me. But
Yeah.
okay. So you were said it was shortly after you began talking that I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I was saying that one of the mods sent me a picture of him at the church,
Okay.
and I really thought that it wasn't him. I thought it was a body double because I'm so
Yeah.
used to what he looks like.
Yeah, definitely. It threw me off at first, but here's the thing: Trump is a master marketer. All right, I don't
Yes.
think that he would have done it unless there was some type of message that he was trying to send. And I know what you were saying. You don't want to just talk about his hair, but I think that with this president, we've come to learn that there's not a single thing that he does that doesn't have meaning.
Right.
So I think that it's totally justified.
Absolutely. Another thing, I just go off kind of on the cuff when I do this, but
Sure.
the next thing I wanted to ask you is we're seeing a lot of people step down. Quinte, one of my mods, called in before you did and was talking about Theresa May stepping down, and then how Trump was kind of graciously showing like that, let her bow out. And then you have Macron, and then you have the new Italian. I guess he was the Italian president or prime minister or whatever they're designated as. But are we seeing the replacement? We're seeing a shift, a new age of enlightenment worldwide? Do you think that we'll see these? Do you think we'll see something happen to these people? By what I mean is by Macron, May. Do you think that something's going to happen to them, or they just kind of fade off into the background?
I think that's really going to be up to the people of these nations. Unless they can be actively or reliably charged with war crimes, I don't know how else it's going to take place. I really think that they're just going to be removed from power by their own people or out of necessity, because they're not going to be able to do anything because they don't have the coalitions that they once did, or in Macron's position, because everybody just so obviously doesn't want him to be there. And we saw the wins with I'm sorry, what was her name in France?
Le Pen.
Le Pen, that's it, Le Pen. Le Pen, taking some level of power. I can see her becoming the next president in France. But I think that the people are going to remove them from power, because it's pretty obvious that these leaders have not done anything good for them. In Germany, you've got people really unhappy with Merkel, and she was going to step down, and now she's saying that she's going to stick around, I guess. But I don't know if that's going to be something she's going to be able to do.
It sounds ballsy to me.
Very, very. She clearly thinks that she's going to continue to control the situation, but I think she's going to be unable to do it. So maybe they will be charged with crimes in their countries, but I don't think it's going to be quite as dramatic in Europe as it is going to be here in America.
No, I think I saw our good friend. I think he's a better friend to you, but Methods, man. If you don't know who Methods is on Twitter, guys, please follow him. He's, top 3.
Yeah.
One of the best people in this movement, I'd say, on Twitter. I don't know how he does it, to be honest. He's like he's a quantum computer. I think that's what he is. But
He's a human. I can attest to that. Yeah. He's just very good at what he does.
He's a beast, and which is great. But I was going to put it in the video today, but the chanting in England, it looked like a Trump rally. Did you see it? It was like just masses of people just cheering for Trump. This has never happened. I know in my lifetime, I've never seen anything like this in my life.
No,
Our
no,
president is something. Is he something? He's something special, in my opinion.
He certainly is. He certainly is. And yeah, I mean, obviously, there's always the people who rise to power are always charismatic, but Donald Trump has something special. More than being charismatic, he is authentic. He is a genuine person. The person that he presents is the person that he is, and that's very refreshing. People they've been so used to seeing these people in power who maybe at face value seem to be good people, but you come to find out with certainty that they're absolutely not. And go ahead.
I was going to say, do you think that before, when Trump was, I don't think they understood the power behind this military operation, this president. I think that they almost didn't really know what to expect. They knew that a silent war was about to go down. We're still in this silent war, by the way, to the people in the chat. But I think that now they're definitely shaking in their boots. I think that they are well aware of the power, the good emanating from our president, and I think it freaks them out, man. I think it really terrifies them.
Oh, they don't know how to react to it. I mean, they're used to having, fake figureheads that they interact with too. That they
Puppets.
know that whoever's in power is, just as evil and on their team. And President Trump, he's kept everybody on the edge of their seat, kept them guessing. They don't know how to deal with it because they've never had to deal with an authentic leader, somebody who was actually there looking out for the best interests of the people of the country that they govern. This is just unprecedented.
Yeah, it is unprecedented. Moving forward, another thing that was on my mind, D-class. What?
Yeah.
When do you? Man, it's imminent. It's imminent. I threw this out there in a video. I said it's Thursday. I've never done that before. I don't do that. It's just all signs. D-Day, the 75th anniversary, D-Day, D-class. When is the window of opportunity for this? Do you think is going to happen?
Well,
you can speculate.
Again, well, again, just going back to your video, I mean, with all of the evidence that you put forward, and the connections that you made between the posts and, various, like dates and times and all of that stuff. And then we've got Hannity and Sarah Carter saying it's going to be within days. It makes a lot of sense. It is D-Day on Thursday. I can totally see it happening. And, I mean, it could be any time. I too believe that it's going to be very soon. But I think that symbolically, if it was done on that day, that's dropping basically the Moab on the deep state. And once that takes place, I think it's their song has been sung. So it makes total sense to me that it would take place then. And when you put it together with everything in your video, it's definite for me. I mean, I'm bought in. I'm waiting for Thursday.
Is that it, man? Is that the heads roll? I mean, this is going to, like, I know everyone's like, when's this going to happen or when is that going to happen? And we see things that are, kind of sporadically happening that, hey, maybe that was something. Was this the big week? But when this D-class hits, I believe that's when this all takes off from the launch pad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I agree. I mean, that's going to be a huge event. And it's going to be undeniable because we're going to have reporting on that. I think the left-wing media is just going to focus on, how dangerous it is that President Trump has done it. And then, of course, we'll have Fox News reporting on, everything within the D-class. But today there was just page and struck text messages or emails, additional ones that were released. Those were the ones that were supposed to have been lost. I haven't even had a chance to go through them yet. I didn't do it in my video today. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Excuse me. But I mean, that is technically that's a part of what's supposed to be declassed. So I mean, technically we're getting a drip drop right now. But And I also wouldn't be surprised if if it was kind of like a targeted release. If they do, today it's this and tomorrow it's this and the next day it's this, but it hasn't been officially announced. So I think that maybe this is just a couple of crumbs leading up to the big one on Thursday. Once it happens, they're not going to be able to hide. They are going to be totally exposed. And I know that our friends in Congress are really going to latch onto that stuff. And we know that Devin Nunes, and his team have submitted multiple criminal referrals. So maybe once that D-class takes place, then those criminal referrals will actually be brought to fruition. And then they'll be able to say, well, look at this information we publicly released. We can say conclusively that Devin Nunes was right. And here are the things that need to be prosecuted. And these are the people.
Absolutely, I agree with you. If I'm just wanting, I'm so eager for this to happen. I want justice, man. I think we've all been so patient, some more than others, and our country needs this, man. And with Strzok and Page, within those text messages, wasn't there back and forth conversation of assassinations, correct?
Yeah, there was supposed to be some hinting at that. That was definitely talked about in the post as well. But let me see here. I'm trying to see if I can pull up some information on it. Yeah, I don't think that it's actually been. I don't think that we can find it anywhere yet. I just heard Sarah Carter talking about it on Handy last night. She mentioned it because she said specifically, this is supposed to be, part of the D-class. But yeah, they were supposed to have been hinting around assassination and potentially assassination of President Trump's family as well. I mean, these people are sick, as we well know. Once that comes, I mean, that's treason. I mean, right there, you can't deny it.
Yeah, you can't talk about that. You can't talk. I mean, even talking about that within a government agency, overthrowing a president or getting rid of him, however they see fit. Yeah, it's absolute treason. Death by whatever. I hope the worst thing that can possibly happen to them. 'Cause I'm a pretty I believe in revenge, man. I believe if someone's out to get you and they're not looking out for the best intentions of America, they're the enemy. Why would anyone take their foot off the accelerator with anything that is damning to these people? I hope the worst for them. I really do. And if that makes me a bad person, whatever.
They deserve their just desserts. I guess I'm not personally so into revenge, but I know that President Trump is fond of revenge, and these people have crossed him. So I think that they need to get whatever it is that they've brought upon themselves. And if they've committed treason, a just and equitable charge of treason for their actions is totally well deserved. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing these people punished for the things they've done, and I'm looking forward to seeing them publicly excoriated for their sins.
Do you think Hannity? Do you think Sarah Carter? Do you think they're getting inside information straight from this alliance?
The team? I definitely do. Yeah, because they've intimated that as much, and Hannity, anytime that he said, I have excellent sources, and he gives that sly little smile, and sure. he said, we have the same sources, Sarah, or I think we have the same sources. I think they're playing coy. I think that they definitely are, and perhaps it's maybe it's just somebody that's very close to President Trump, and they haven't said openly, hey, Team Q over here. But it's definitely someone on the inside, someone who knows what they're talking about.
Sure, I'm going into my email real quick because I had, and I'm sure you know about this, but I have like the numbers of of the indictments. We're up to over 100,000 indictments.
Oh wow, great!
100,935.
What's awesome is that guy George Nader that they were talking about yesterday. I put a little story about him in my video yesterday and today. He was charged back in January of 2018. That's a sealed indictment right there. It was just unsealed.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's I'm looking at the picture now. I think I can bring this up on my computer real quick. Let me do that real fast. Like, hold on. I'll show you guys. You can see. Let's see. California has over 17,000 indictments.
Nice.
17,000 for California. What's another? I'm looking for another big number here.
I think Ohio had a lot too.
Ohio, let me see. 5,000. I think number two is Texas. Almost 10,000 indictments.
There we go. I see it on the screen right now.
Yeah. District of Columbia, 1,013. Maryland, 2,000, almost 3,000. So this is, let's see, only 1,000 to 2,000 nationwide per year is normal. So,
right.
You know, that's
it's a lot, you know, and you know, for the people saying that this is fake, there are no sealed indictments. Well, sorry guys, you know, I mean, it's real and it's all going to come out very, very soon. You know, if these people knew how to use Pacer, then they would totally understand. Or even, you know, don't take my word for it. You know, go onto these sites that have been tracking them for months.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, you can go to QMAP and they've got the indictments there too. My buddy Resignation Anon, you can go to his website. He's got all the resignations on there, and he's got it broken down into you know, very specific categories like industry and type of category of employment, you know, whether it's CEO or COO, or, you know, prime ministers and you know, people in other countries and people in our own government, and then a big spreadsheet with all of the indictments, and then historical indictment levels for different years. And, you know, it's just obvious. You got way more stuff going on. So, you know, you can't tell me that these people are not going to get caught up in it, because you know, there's only so many bad people, but we see it because we're paying attention to it. You know, and the people that are bad, you know, they are out there. They are out there, and they're looking to put themselves out there and use their notoriety and publicity as some type of security blanket. But it's not going to work. They're going to prison. I like
this comment from RJ Chavers. Says, I don't care if it's a Democrat or a Republican, just get it done. That is, I love that. I love that. Well done. That's a good point. Get it done.
Yeah, you know, it's not a left or a right issue. It's a morality issue, and it's an issue of right and wrong.
Absolutely. And here's another. I want to know the percentage of pedophilia charges within that 100,000. I bet it's a major percentage.
You know, I believe that on resignation.info, you know, that is one of the categories that you can check and see.
Wow.
How many there are. Yeah.
Resignation.info?
Yep, that's my friend Resignation Anon, yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Very, very good.
That's phenomenal, man. So you told me that you were in a Neon Revolt article? Is that true?
Yeah, I was in a Neon Revolt article. That's right.
Dude,
yeah.
Were you pretty stoked about that?
That was cool. That was pretty sweet. I've been reading him for a long time. He's a really nice guy, and hopefully I'm going to be interviewing him soon, because he's got a book coming out that's going to be a little bit of what we talk about. But you know, I mean, I think he's fascinating. He's a great writer. He puts together, you know, information in a very digestible way. You know, for a lot of people, with articles that long, you know, many people would just choose not to read it. They would just check out. But the way that he puts it together, you know, it's very digestible. You know, I mean, people can read it and get interested in it pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, through and through patriot, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely, I agree.
Yeah. So I you know, do you have anything else we could discuss? You know, was so glad that you were able to come on and just kind of talk about some things here and there. You know, yeah, Wagon Wheel says in the chat, Neon Revolt was a strong red pill for me.
Yeah,
that guy's he's a genius, man. I will buy his book. I'm going. Do you have any idea when that is due out by any chance?
You know, I mean, he did it on Indiegogo, and I believe that he hit his goal with just under 24 hours. I ordered mine yesterday. Yeah, I'll send you the link so that you can order it.
Yes.
But I believe it's supposed to be out this summer. But I mean, because he hit 100%, I'm pretty sure it's Indiegogo, so it's going to be that way for at least 30 days. So probably later this summer. But I know he's got it written, and it's just a matter of getting it printed now. But yeah, I'll send you the link and you can check it out. Let me see. I just I had a new video. It was actually supposed to come out at 7:30. I wanted to give people the opportunity to watch it before your show started, but for YouTube actually scheduled it for tomorrow at 7:30. So when I got out of my meeting, I looked and I saw that, and so I put it out. But anybody, if they want to watch it, they can go after the show is over here. But I had a neat little segment about the Google outage that took place the other day. So I won't ruin it for anybody, but definitely check that out. Perhaps an inside source from Google talking about that. Very, very, very interesting. Let's see. Also, I followed up on Kevin Poulsen, the horrible pseudo journalist from the Daily Beast, who doxed the Black conservative patriot for doing nothing but sharing that Nancy Pelosi video. That guy, I did my video yesterday. He had about $2,000 in his legal defense fund. And by the end of the night, he had almost $10,000.
Wow.
So, I don't know how much of it was my viewers, but I'd like to think, it was a nice chunk. And hopefully he's going to be coming on the show. We're going to be doing an interview. And that should be good. I'm looking forward to speaking with him. I think he's got a really strong case against Facebook and the Daily Beast. And I think that this is really important. I think that conservatives too often are willing to sit back and it's sleazy, the things that the left does. We don't want to behave like them. There's a modicum of decorum on our side. The left does not have the same adherence to rules and respectability that we do. And, I think it's really time that we start fighting back, like the MAGA kids. I hope that they put every organization, every, fake news organization out of business with that lawsuit. They've got an incredible case. I can't wait to see these places fold up shop. And they're doing themselves in anyways. Rachel Maddow's ratings just plunged another 16% since since it came out that the Russia collusion hoax is a hoax, and it's pretty obvious to anybody who's been watching, no matter how brain dead of a follower of Rachel Maddow they were. Nobody wants to watch her anymore. All these people are so obviously shilling for the DNC. They hate Donald Trump. They want to get rid of him at any cost. And that's exactly the way it's been since before he was elected. This is how I really knew, before I even did all that much research into Donald Trump and, what his platform was, I just knew that he was running. And I took a look around and I saw that he was universally hated by his own party, by the other side, by the media, by everybody in the media, by everybody in government, and all these people in big business, whereas before he had been a figure who was like almost universally loved. How many times did you hear a reference to Donald Trump in like rap music and stuff? I got those Trump dollars, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden everybody hates him and he's a racist. Like, no, sir. I knew he was the guy because everybody decided to character assassinate him. And now they've gotten so close to, actually calling for real assassination. Meghan McCain made that comment the other day. And now, she's like absent from the view now because everybody knows exactly what she was implying. And the producers, I think they rightfully so, they realized, we can't keep her on the air right now after she said this. Like, this is just insanity. You cannot call, like actually physically or metaphorically for the assassination of a democratically elected president of the United States of America. You cannot do that. I hope that the Secret Service gave her a real firm visit.
Oh, 100%. You can't say that because listen, man, something happened to me the other day. I told one of my mods this on the phone. But and I wasn't gonna bring this up. I went downtown, where in my town, and there was a girl. She was definitely liberal. Knew me, not didn't know me as True Reporting, but knew of me in the town. They know that I wear a MAGA hat sometimes. She starts, going off, chomping at the bit, talking about just kind of giving me that just an ugly look and saying MAGA. I could hear her under her breath saying it. So this girl, the night's closing out. This girl picks up a giant bottle of hand sanitizer, opens the top, and basically crow hops it at me. If you don't know what a crow hop is, that's what basically a shortstop does to first base. So it's and I'm not petty enough to be like, hey, I'm gonna call the police. I'm just like, these people, they're not, I don't think they're crazy, I don't think they can help it, but they're 100% dangerous and brainwashing material, like you said about Meghan McCain, Joey Behar. Who's the one Trump called her out today? Oh my God, she was on Seinfeld.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus?
No. Not a main character, but she was Bette Midler. Bette Midler.
Oh,
he called her out today. That was like a random reference, but yes, she was on one Seinfeld episode. But she's dangerous too. These people, I'm not gonna call them crazy because I don't think they know better. Maybe they're delusional. But I
think delusional is a fair word. Yeah,
they're delusional, but that it adds to the there's a lot of ferocity there. There's a lot of danger. I mean, these people will hurt people. It's very it's sad. It's really sad.
It is sad. But I'll tell you what, Thomas, I don't think that you should be hesitating to call the police on someone if they do something like that to you. That's assault, my friend. And the reason those people feel that they can do something like that is because they don't perceive us as human. All right. They perceive us as this like nebulous enemy. They've been told and taught to hate us. All right. Because we have wrongthink. We don't agree or espouse their, accepted ideals and ideas. So we are the enemy, and they think that it's perfectly permissible to throw a bottle of hand sanitizer at us or a milkshake. And until they get what's coming to them, until they actually have some type of consequences for their action, they're going to continue to do stuff like that. So listen, audience, if somebody thinks that it's okay to throw a milkshake at you because you're wearing a MAGA hat or because you're just walking down the street, I'm wearing a Trump shirt today. All right. I had some girls come up to me after my meeting, and they were like, oh, what does that mean? It's actually JFK Jr. with a Trump hat on.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes, it's a beautiful shirt. It's from my friend Patriot Politics Research, who I'm pretty sure is in the audience. What's up, brother? Oh, hey, Lady Liberty, Aaron Moffat is in the audience as well. And so, I think that we have a duty to call the police if they assault us. All right. It seems petty. It does seem petty, but what's far more petty is thinking that it's okay to assault someone for having different thoughts than you. I am free to believe whatever I want, and I'm certainly free to be able to wear a non-offensive shirt. All right, even if it was offensive, if it said, if it's that guy that runs up and grabs the microphone on the newscast.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes.
They have shirts that say his catchphrase on them. I think that it is far more acceptable for these people to wear a shirt that says something vulgar like that than to wear a T-shirt with the face of JFK Jr. wearing a beautiful Trump 2020 hat.
Right.
And they think that it's okay to assault us. It's like that guy from Vox News. Hey, there he is. He's in the audience. What's up, Patriot Politics Research? This guy on Fox News who called for conservatives to get milkshakes thrown at him. All right. And then he goes and makes a video today saying that YouTube's not doing enough to stop hate speech and bullying, because you got people like Steven Crowder who have a shirt that, that has Che Guevara on it. It says socialism's for figs. All right. It actually says figs, but the joke is
I know
that it doesn't say what they're claiming it says.
Right.
So now he's going to start another adpocalypse. Man, he can do whatever he wants because he's funded by NBC Universal. Vox Vox Media got like a $500 million cash infusion from NBC Universal. And the more people that they get cut off from advertising revenue, the better it is for them, because they're going to keep making this trash. And then the only thing that's going to be left, and the only thing that's going to be permissible, is for the advertisers to advertise on these SJW virtue signaling channels. We can't allow it to happen. We cannot allow these people to take over absolutely everything. We've been far too kind for far too long. And if people do things that are against the law, we need to hold them to account.
I'm going to two real quick questions. You can give me a short answer if you want. Is Junior alive?
Man, I'm not going to say yes, because I honestly don't know. If he is alive, praise Jesus. That's amazing. It would be one of the most wonderful things that could happen in the world. I certainly hope he is, but I don't know. I can't say with any certainty.
That's a good answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I certainly hope he is too. And the last thing I'll leave you with, and we'll call it a day. This was a lot of fun, man. I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Dude, absolutely. Is the censorship going to alleviate? Is it going to alleviate? Or is it just going to crash?
I think it will eventually, and I think that these antitrust actions that we see coming from the FTC now are a really good sign. I think that it's very obvious that they have been targeting conservatives. They have been, trying to do everything in their power to completely remove us. Both of us, our videos are not suggested to anyone anymore. It used to be that 70% of my viewers were coming from people who weren't subscribed to me, because my videos were getting suggested to other people. Yeah. Now it's more like, 70% of my viewings are from people who are subscribed. So I have a dedicated base of people that will watch my videos every day, but people are not discovering my videos, and when I go into my YouTube feed, the only conservative stuff that I get anymore is only Fox News, and I'm getting flooded with junk, garbage.
Yes.
I like to watch the puppy rescue videos every now and then. I got to have like a video sorbet in there on YouTube every now and then.
Sure.
But I'm getting stuff from like BuzzFeed. Like, I don't want to watch that crap, and I never did. Yeah. So why are they giving that to me? They're targeting us. They want to try and brainwash us. They don't just want to squeeze us off. They also want to completely brainwash us and give us these things that they say are permissible and okay to watch. It's edgy. It's it's virtue signaling. These are the things that we want you to pay attention to and that matter. Your views don't matter, and your views are offensive. So change them. Otherwise, we're not going to allow you to be here anymore. And it's really too bad, because, people say all the time, well, why don't you go start a channel on a different platform? Okay, well, you tried to bring 145,000 people over to that new platform and have them watch your videos. People do what they're comfortable doing, and everybody's already been on YouTube for a long time. I don't want to have to leave. No. That's like somebody comes into, you got a horrible neighbor that moves in next door, and they start harassing you and throwing bottles at your windows in the middle of the night, and people say, well, why don't you just move? Why should I have to move?
Dude, that is so smart. Yes. Why?
Yeah. Why? I shouldn't have to move. We are on these public platforms, and they've been, slowly squeezing it and making it more and more difficult. And and they've made these arguments that they can do whatever they want, but they can't. In today's society, it is a absolute necessity to be able to access these platforms, to be able to have a voice on these platforms, because people just do not, they don't, come together in the public, in the actual physical public, or in real life in the same way. This is how a lot of people do the majority of their interacting and their socialization, and that comes with good things and bad things. But as a symptom of our society, you know how it is, man. We work like all day. I work 7 days a week. There's no way around it. It's just how it is. And it's a virtuous effort and a great thing that we're doing. and I really enjoy it, and I love being able to interact with these people, and to be able to make these videos, and and to feel like I'm reaching people. It's because the alternative is turning on Vox or BuzzFeed, and they've got an unlimited budget to make 100 videos a day, so they just plaster the wall.
Yes.
It's like they are the people who in the old days would just staple their flyers like all over every single telephone pole, so you just see it over and over, and the only thing you can think about is that number for the guy who buys houses cash. And now it's them on the internet. I want to be able to to interact with people in the modern day society. Without
Absolutely.
these platforms, we would be completely isolated.
And again, I love what a guy in the chat said, maybe a female. Dissolve the Debt says, imagine if YouTube was done right. Oh my God, it would be incredible.
Imagine.
Do you think it will ever be done right?
I don't know that it will ever be the way that we exactly want it to be. I think it has to change. It has to change because it's going to be very obvious. It's going to come out what's been done and what they've been doing and how they've been treating us. It is going to be revealed, and so things will change. But I don't know that it will ever be exactly what we want. I think that we'll always want it to be just a little bit different, because that's the nature of the human condition. We're always looking to evolve, and we're always looking to make things better. And I think we're going to get some wins, and I think that they are going to, they're going to have to pay. They're going to have to pay to a certain degree. But it could always be better.
I agree.
Yeah.
My friend Red Pill, I want to thank you for coming on. We had a really good crowd. I know that they definitely have a throttle on my channel. We had almost 500 people in here watching the entire time. That's awesome. Usually it's about half that. So I want to thank you for bringing your audience over here. I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for your hard work and your friendship, man. It's it does get pretty lonely doing this, and especially if you don't have people who are intellectual and who can really see eye to eye with you. It's huge, man, and I want to thank you for real.
Of course, Thomas. Well, I consider you a true friend. Thank you so much for having me on the show. And I haven't had a chance to say this yet, but I love the new format. I know I've told you personally, but now that I'm on the air, I absolutely love the new format. And I feel so blessed to be able to be here with you on this show, to make my videos, and to have met you and call you a friend, because, like you said, this can get lonely, especially not just, by virtue of what we do, but by virtue of the positions that we hold. Like I said tonight, I didn't finish the story, but this girl, made some comments about how Trump was a bad president. It wasn't like she was willing to talk about it. She just, she just wanted to diss him and then walk away. I would have talked to her, given the opportunity, but it is what it is. If somebody does not want to open their ears, then that's too bad, and that's on them. I'm not going to get frustrated about it, because I know that I've got a whole bunch of friends right here.
Absolutely, man. If you got to plug anything or tell any, you have the floor if you want to before we call it a night.
All right, brother. I appreciate it. Thanks again for having me on the show. Everyone, you can always find me on Twitter at REDPILL78. You can always find me on YouTube at youtube.com/C/RedPill78. When you search RedPill78, it is one word. You can also search RedPill space 78. I think it'll come to me. Mm-hmm. But I have a new video out, so if everybody wants to watch that, then they're more than welcome to. Once again, Thomas, just thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it, brother.
All right, my friend. Thank you for calling in, and I'm sure I'll talk to you very soon. Have a great night,
right. You too. God bless.
All right, man. Bye-bye. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. What just a good person, Great person. I thoroughly enjoyed that. It's good to have like-minded people coming together and talking about things that really matter, things that are the future, right? So, guys, I think we're gonna call it a night. I want to thank everyone who donated. I want to thank all the mods for sticking through and through with me. Everyone. Let me put this on real quick. So, I just want to thank everyone for everything that you do, for sticking by. You know, we had a good group in here. If we could do this group every night, if we can hit 400 people in here, I guarantee you guys they are throttling this channel. We used to bring in over 1,000 people in here every time we would do live streams 6 months ago. I put on way more subscribers, and then the viewership just goes down. I know it's not you. I know it's not me. I know it's their algorithms. So, friends, what's to say? Ava Ann says, Thomas, get wild and crazy, take your hat off. Last time I took my hat off, somebody said I had hat head. So I was just like, eh. But, you know, again, I just want to thank every single one of you. I want to thank REDPILL78 for coming on. A true patriot. If you want to donate to this channel, you can go to my PayPal or Patreon. It is in the links. It is in the link of every video that I put out. It helps keep this channel afloat. And you can also do the super chat if you would like. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this, right? There's more where this came from, guys. We're thinking of expanding this even further. I think about adding new variables to this channel every day. And please follow me on Twitter at TRUreporting. You know, we're up over 11,000 followers. I would love to get to 15. That would be great. So, you know, everyone, let's keep up the good fight. Let's continue to stick together. Where we go one, we go all. And I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this. I thoroughly enjoyed it, genuinely. I'm not just saying that. I genuinely enjoyed this. This is very therapeutic. On my end of the screen, lots going on behind the scenes. So it's you know, not good things. So it's very nice to see familiar names in the chat, speak with such a nice person, and to just have a wonderful evening. So with that being said, guys, I will talk to you very, very soon. Have a great, wonderful night, and God bless. Bye-bye.